I love how he keeps poking out to see if I'm still there. I don't mean to scare you, buddy. I'll keep moving. There you are. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, are you the cutest thing I ever did see? Hi, baby. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna keep going. You're a cutie, okay? I'll keep going. I don't want to scare you. Goodbye. I love you. You're so cute. I can't spit out the name. I know what they are. I'm going to keep walking and I'll tell you a little bit I know. I will look their name up. So those little critters are generally... Okay, yeah, I can't even. Here he is again. So these little critters, you generally never see them because they don't want to be seen. They usually... See how he's very fidgety? He's like, I can't believe you see me. Because they are very good hiders. But let me tell you also about them. They're vicious. So this is why I'm going to hurry up and move on before he feels threatened. All right, baby, I love you. So cute. Oh my God. It's probably the thing I saw the other day. I saw something run out in front of me and then into the woods. Like, obviously, I scared it, but I couldn't pull my phone out fast enough. And I think it was what that was, but a little bigger. So it was probably a more grown-up one. That looked like maybe it was a youngster. Okay.
Here's Trinity crossing a creek that happens to have a slack line. So
very helpful slack line.
day 4 in the 100-mile wilderness.
All right, sir. Easy peasy. Very convenient slack line here. I suspect that when the water is higher, it's far more helpful. Easy peasy, huh, Kodiak?
Easy, yep.
Little trail magic thanks to G-Man. Totally unexpected.
It's so like, yeah, I was just kind of like, there's no more trail magic, you know, like you're in the 100-mile wilderness, you know.
I feel like
Stops was supposed to be.
look at this. I got half a cinnamon bun and some non-pond tasting water.
I'm like, I feel like our food drop is kind of like trail magic because it's like.
Okay, I'm gonna try this and probably regret it, but I am holding on to the rope here, and I am going to film me going over it. Woo! This is not a big deal. Well, okay. Can we get across before we make such a statement? Yeah. Oh, not bad. Splash. That would have made for great video. All right, you know what? All right. Here's the thing. I think I should... All right, I'm just doing this. Okay. I let go of the rope. Gave it a good tug. Pulled my weight over. I see no other path. Sorry, I'm giving you a headache. I see no other way across. Okay, bye, helpful rope. Until later. Okay, off we go. So this is the first beach that we pass. There's a second beach that's supposed to be better, with much better camping. Of course, that's not where I'm going because of the dreaded rain. But just too gorgeous not to get a little bit of, not to capture it a little. Okay, onward. There are so many ponds today, but I can't film them all. I figured I'd get a couple of them. This one actually, yeah, definitely pond. Small. Got what do you call that stuff? Lily pads. Yeah, oh gosh, last night, oops, thought I heard something. Grateful to have water, but it tasted like pond. Yuck. So oh, yeah, so you saw, G-Man, Mama Savage, Haribo Steady, they were all getting, whatever they were getting. I don't know, mid-morning snack maybe, because G-Man is supporting them, right? And G-Man was amazing. He hands Happy Ending and I a cinnamon bun to share. God, hit the spot. But even more, he let me dump out my pond tasting water and fill it with fresh water. So good. Oh, G-Man, thank you so much. You are good people. Not just for what you're doing for me, but what you're doing for Mama Savage, Haribo, and Steady. So good. Also, wanted to say, change of plans today. Was going to go to Antler campsite. Supposed to be amazing and gorgeous. Then I was told if I looked, it was Ava and Stan, they said if you look it's like 2 beaches further, which was like 1.5 miles tops, I think. And it said everybody wrote it, best camping on the AT. Best camping 2,100 miles. Best camping ever. Top favorite, you know? So I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's where we're going. We're totally going there. So I see, what did I see? I see Hank Hill and Kodiak at my resupply pickup, the food drop, and which I forgot to film. I'm so stupid. Like, these things are different and unique and should be remembered and should be shared, but I completely blew it. I showed them the beach and the comments, and they informed me we're supposed to get rain tonight and 80% chance of rain tomorrow. So I suppose the mountains can't let me go without one more storm. And so their thought was this. As good as those beach campsites sound, we should they're going to a shelter. So I said, well, you know what? I like that idea too, because what I don't like is packing up a wet tent and wet everything in pouring rain. You know, it's hard enough getting my butt out of a shelter in pouring rain, but to have to tear down my tent? No, thank you. And you know, I'm sad. I'm sure that when I go by the beach, because it is right on the trail, I will be able to show you how beautiful it would have been. I'm really actually hoping it doesn't start raining before I get to said shelter, because the wind is picking up, and you know that usually means a storm could be blowing in. So I need to hustle my tail. It's supposed to be let's see, not a hilly terrain, okay? The additional mileage, I should say. I knew that the terrain to at least Antler was not hilly, right? We got all the big hills behind us. Food drop was at 12 miles. Antler was like, I don't know, 2 miles further. No, that's not true, is it? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Because now it's changed. I'm doing almost 8 miles more now to get to the shelter. Where it did say great flow on the water. So that's always a plus. But it will take me a lot longer to get there. And so we talked to the guy who did the food drop. He's very familiar with the terrain. And he said, roots and rocks, but no hills. So I should be able, yes, roots and rocks slow me down a bit. But if I'm careful, at least the climbs aren't slowing me down a lot. The roots and rocks slow me down a bit. Climbs slow me down a lot. Oh, look. Oh, wow. See what I mean? There's just water sources galore, and this actually looks a lot cleaner than what I just passed. Wonder if this flows into that. Probably. I love how the water, look at that, how the water, just love the sun sparkling off the water. Oh, anyway, all right. Yeah, I haven't been taking a lot of footage lately. I've not been thinking of it because, I don't know, I'm trying to just get where I want to go. I thought, thinking we were going to that beach, I wanted to get there as quickly as possible because I was thinking, I had heard, it wasn't just from Ava and Stan, I had heard from Jasper. He texted and he said, you have to stay here. I thought he meant Antler, but now I realize he meant the beach. And I'm like, oh, we have to stay there. So here I am thinking it's closer, right? Closer than the shelter. And so I wasn't worried about getting there, but I wanted to get there quickly because I wanted to be able to enjoy it, right? I wanted to just relax on the beach, set up my tent. Oh my gosh, does that sound not like so fun and awesome? But not in pouring rain. Pouring rain takes away all the awesome. So I have been blessed with awesome tent sites, campsites. And so I guess I will have to pass on this one. But, oh yeah, definitely I have to pass on this one because I really, really, really will be sorry in the morning if I'm packing up in pouring rain. So that is that. There are my thoughts. But that is why I'm hustling, and not taking a lot of video right now, which I apologize, but it's a lot of the same. What you're seeing right now, see, like we get these stretches of beautiful pine needles and nothing, and then there will be a stretch of those tangled roots that you've seen and a lot of rocks. So, you make good pace when you're on the pine needles, and you just be careful on the roots. I did fall. I really have to tell you about this one, and then I will put the phone away. So I was coming down Moxie Bald, right? And it was early in the morning and the views were just spectacular and I was in a great mood and I'm feeling really good. And I'm coming down the mountain and I'm being careful, but I am coming down. And it requires stepping down and whatever, over the rocks and whatever. And I'm going to tell you what, I just had a passing thought. I have to go to the bathroom. I got to pee. And so I think what happened, I don't really know what happened because it happened so fast that I never even put my hands out. That is no lie. I fell, tripped over something. I don't know what, probably air. I tripped over something, but I fell so fast. I was laying on the ground with my face in moss. And I was like, oh my God. My knee hit a rock. So it's a few days old, right? I'm going to show you really quick. This is what I got. This is what I got from the rock, and that's a few days after being healed. Can you imagine what my face would have looked like if I hit a rock? Thank you, Jesus. I can't even. I keep saying, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Every time I think about it, thank you, Jesus. My face hit the moss. The moss that I have said I hate. Well, the moss up high isn't as drab and dreary and depressing, but moss. My face, so I lift my face up out of the moss and I, wiggled my nose around like bewitched. And, well, I used my finger though. And it was fine. Looked at my knee. I'm like, it was bleeding all over the place. But all I could think is how lucky, how blessed, how God's hand intervened and made sure my face landed on a bed of moss. Well, all I can think that happened was, as I had the thought I have to pee, I must have lifted my gaze from the ground to scan an appropriate spot, and that was the end of it. I was on the ground. Anyway, so, yeah. You gotta watch the ground.
So I'm actually filming, but my eyes are over the camera and watching what I'm stepping on. All right, well, the food drop was great. Really nice guy. There was a girl, you're going to see her picture. Her trail name is Silver Lining. She was hiking with a bunch of folks, a bunch of friends who are actually, ready, search and rescue people who are going to be working Katahdin over Labor Day because there is a wicked influx. So now I've heard it from a local. There is a wicked influx of people on that mountain over Labor Day, which is why I am desperate to summit nowhere near Labor Day weekend. So yeah, not just Labor Day weekend. So that's why I pushed, and that's why I slack packed. That's why I had to carve out a day and get done a day sooner so that I would not be anywhere near Labor Day weekend. Hoping Thursday is the day. I don't see why not as far as my ability to get to the trailhead, but there are rules about Baxter, and I'm going to go into those later. There are a lot of rules that we can't, you can't do much about, so we'll talk about that. But anyway, so yeah, she was at the trailhead waiting for her boyfriend to come get her because she decided she was just done. They were going to hike the 100-mile wilderness together. They went on because what's happening is they're hiking the 100-mile wilderness, get themselves primed, and then working. They're going to be on call. They're going to be right there, ready in case, this influx of people, if anybody needs help. So they hiked on, but she said she was done. And she was there with, I cannot believe the amount of food she was carrying. Honestly, so much food. She was offering, she pulled it all out. 4-gallon zip bags full of food. And she says, have whatever you want. Now, I'm a fool because I didn't take, all I took was something that looked like a very fat Slim Jim called a Fatty and a Snickers bar. But I'm really stupid because she had all kinds of stuff. And really, thinking about it now that it's too late to go back, I could have really used a couple more bars. Oh, well, too late now. But happy ending. And Spruce Goose came in behind me for their food drop. And they totally took advantage, not advantage of her, like they took advantage of the opportunity because I think they offered to pay. I was totally going to offer to pay too. If I took anything. And then she was like, no, I'm so happy you're taking stuff. She said, it's like when you buy all this candy on Halloween and nobody comes to your house. Because of course I said, yeah, I'm a dummy. I didn't take anything. And they're like, you are a dummy. You're an idiot. Whatever. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I didn't think I would want this stuff. But as I say, in hindsight, I should have taken some stuff. Anyway, yeah, because I'm going to be short on breakfast. But that's another story for another day. I have got so much, what do you call it? Recapping. Got so much recapping I need to do. If we land somewhere so early enough, like last night, I just got there so late. Last night was, yesterday, 18-mile day. Stopped at East Branch Lean-to. Very nice. I pitched my tent. Had a great little spot. Slept fabulous. Water was pondy. It was fine. It filtered clear, but it had a taste of pond. And it was not in my head. It did. But it had lily pads and all that, so it was pondy, right? You can't filter out taste. You can only filter out bad stuff. Well, taste can be bad too, I guess. But, so, got there, but because it was an 18-mile day, and because it was over 4,100 feet again, it was a long day. So by the time I did get there at 5 though, which was remarkable. I did leave early. Anyway, so by the time I got everything done, I was exhausted. Yes, I was exhausted. And it was just too late to do a recap. And I thought, one of these days, I'm going to do my recap. Because one of them, it has to do with G-Man again. And I'm just going to tell you that one. So G-Man, I met him up on the mountain. I forget what mountain now. It was like 3 days ago. And he was just going out, you know, he had the injury which took him off trail, but he's healed up enough to hike a little bit, and is hoping to summit Katahdin with his friends, Mama Savage, Haribo, and Steady. And so I see him, he's going southbound, because he's just going to go out and back a little bit. And he says, hey, Trinity, if you want anything, you know, water, piece of fruit, whatever you want, just grab it. It's in my, in the cooler in the back of my truck. And I was like, are you kidding me? Well, I never did see his truck, which was a shame, but it's okay. Then I saw him again. Actually, it was me and, I know who, I can't say it, Hey You. And he, again, saw us, just doing a little out and back, waiting for his friends to show up at the trailhead, and says, yeah, there's fruit, there's water, whatever you want. He's such a generous person. He is good people. And so I wanted to share that with you. All right, I am gonna let you go, and yeah, I'll fill you in some more, hopefully, if I get there soon enough. But I'll show off my shelter when I get there. And hopefully it doesn't start raining before I get there. Please, hold off. Okay, talk to you later.